Tony Busby. And serious concerns about her narrative. First of all, and this doesn't the moralities of the case, this doesn't speak to the political implications of the case. I'm stepping basic, simple, common sense question. And that is, how in the hell
tonight,
does a
from Seattle, Washington,
show up at
it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
Video Music Awards, let alone the after party? According to the complaint, the civil suit, she asked the friend who drove her there and dropped her off. Now, Art, I have a 13-year-old boy. Help me understand how anybody's
It's the Seattle Seahawks
has a friend
taking
who's
on the
driving,
Green Bay
who can
Packers.
pick them up without their parents' permission.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto district of Seattle. Tonight, we've got a good NFC matchup in store, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
That they can call to pick them up and drop them off at the DMV. So soon when
the Florida Atlantic man Greg Joseph ready to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
Nor should she have, because she was only 13 years old. So she says she stays outside the VMAs. She watches the VMAs on the Jumbotron. She says she goes over to
Smith going to go to the air first play. This to Graham on the short pass. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
And he tells her
a good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Likes young girls, and you fit the description of the type of young girl that he likes. So I'm going to come back.
Now Smith.
So he comes back.
That's complete to DK Metcalf. A gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
So she gets into the after party. She sees all of the celebrities. They doing drugs, they getting high.
Out of the gun, Smith.
Being sexually promiscuous, whatever the case may be.
Well, the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us to their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Gino is going to get this complete to Walker. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10.
Minor cannot find consent for themselves. So if someone in that party
throwing is Smith.
Child,
this is the tight end fan. Showed off the juke, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3. Lockett the man in motion. Get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Smith on 3rd down. And he is out of bounds here. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. Only their first drive, Charles, but they talked to us about needing to convert on 3rd down, in particular not letting 3rd and short opportunities slip through their fingers. Well, they were successful right there.
It also tells you that they're successful on 1st and 2nd down as well to get the 3rd and manageable and make them able to pick up those 1st downs. Now here we are, 1st and goal. They got to like what they're doing on this drive.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
So often you hear that pep talks don't really work in the heat of the battle, but collectively, this defense has to say to each other, we've been on our heels this whole first drive. This is where we need to dig in. And they got a nice stop right there for a loss on first and goal.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it, and the Packers pick it up. And now nothing but green ahead of him.
And she lays down because she's losing, and that makes sense. You had something to trade. They said,
and he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown.
I don't think a 13-year-old.
How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Gasker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
An underage female, why would you bring a spectator in to witness your crime? Now,
to throw to Smith. He'll find Metcalf. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series you have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a draw play. It's Walker shedding through the defense. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Now 2nd and 5.
They were still the kings of hip-hop 24 years ago. So
sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
I know flashy plays, flashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big. End up getting a nice little gain out of it.
To the right side, this is Walker. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him.
Oh, my God, bro. God damn.
Taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain. They'll keep the drive moving. Walker now on 1st and 10. Down at the 35. Second down.
Well, they didn't get a lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try to run and try to keep the defense honest.
You mean also just sit back there to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Eric Wilson in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. You could almost see his eyes light up defensively. I mean, as a linebacker, that's about as quick as you can get to a quarterback.
So what did your third-grade teacher teach you about straight lines, right? As soon as you have those, you take full advantage of them. He found a gap in the offensive line.
Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. He had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
There's no other option. This is my 13-year-old baby.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Jared Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the and they get their first sack of the contest.
These questions are going to come up. Now, in the civil suit paperwork, according to Tony Buss, what he read, an attorney makes the official text.
On 3rd down, Love. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the 1st at the 32. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
She's going to have to take the stand. She has to testify. Remember, the only people who can plead the 5th are the people being accused of the crime. Jay-Z can plead the 5th. Sean Combs can plead the 5th because they are...
The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
You know what that means? She's going to have to take the stand, Art.
Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there, all the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm, and right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. And Smith's throw into the hands of Fan. Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away.
Did you have a pimp? Was it your pimp who dropped you off at Radio City Music Hall and not some friend of yours? How many 13-year-olds have a friend?
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the
lead and play that way. That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. And there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's third down. To pass. Here's Jordan Love. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So illegal touching, Charles, on the outside.
And a lot of people wonder if the quarterback should see that. No, it's not his job to understand if the receiver's inbounds or out of bounds. You expect him to be there. But if he takes a step out, he essentially becomes ineligible. And that's not a tough one for an official to say, especially when he's standing on the sideline.
Well hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, first and 10. Now Gino on first down. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Maybe there is something in the where they said take everything. Maybe they can find and take it. That's one thing right there. Number 2,
second down and a little more than a yard here.
Is if she pulled a Monica Lewinsky. Now, if she pulled a Monica Lewinsky and she has a pair of jeans or a skirt or a dress,
straight ahead, Walker. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
A Smith throw caught here by Metcalf. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Her situation got exposed 3 years after her affair with President Trump. 3 years.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
How can she win this?
Now it's Smith off the bootleg.
Now you have the question.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up third down. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Under pressure, they got him again. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. And Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
It is your responsibility as a grown man to ensure that you're not having relations with an underage woman. You feel me, Art? It is your legal responsibility as a man to ensure that the woman you're having sexual relations with is not underage. So the fact that they thought she was older, the fact that they presented her with an NDA, that does not.
And then bounce into the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
There is no BBL culture back there.
Rolling to his right. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Second and 9 from the 44. Play fake. Here's Love. They'll roll him out right. A short throw to Musgrave. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They'll run for it with Dillon. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. So the 4th down conversion has them inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to 25 there.
Statutory is for 14 and 15-year-old girls. And the boy has to be 4 years older than that. So if you're 14,
and they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A.J. Dillon, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to stretch out their lead.
Did my eyes deceive me, or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Little old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
Well, that's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pave the way.
Oh, without a doubt, he's an extra blocker, and he did his job well on that play.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0.
Consensual relations with her. It's still considered sex assault.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
In the United States of America, a 13-year-old child cannot consent to
Basker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line.
To understand the verbal contract.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. But no, but hold on, you finish. You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
It has to be looked at, too. From the political side, from the political side.
Now Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now he dumps this off over the middle. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. He finds Smith and Jigba. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 44-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
We have seen a black male billionaire publicly destroyed once every year and a half. A black male billionaire publicly destroyed.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Good if they committed this crime. I don't have a problem with that.
He hits it. Damn! Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
If they are innocent, and I do believe Bill Cosby's I don't believe Puffy engaged in.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Smith. That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Walker. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Then he picked up another 20 years in 2022, Northern Illinois Federal District. So he got 30 years in Brooklyn Federal Court, 20 years in Chicago Federal Court. They want R. Kelly to die in jail. He ain't supposed to never get out.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. This is caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jimmy Graham as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camp. Do you remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room? This hits it. There. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Keyshawn Nixon now on the return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
But he was scandalized. That only leaves Tyler Perry and LeBron James. And if you know
the Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They're trying to tie LeBron.
That's taken in, Dontavian Wicks.
Right now,
and with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
They say that he has his own surviving Tyler Perry thing, where he's allegedly SA'd a bunch of young black male actors and did a whole bunch of other inappropriate stuff.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
As American athletes.
Final play of the half, Love.
That they literally, right now, as we sit here and talk,
and this will be incomplete. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
You don't see the same thing happening with white men.
All right, BJ, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports halftime report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point. And you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon God.
Older is Bill Cosby. Everybody else is a young black billionaire. Jay-Z is probably the most popular young black.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Young black male billionaire. And I tell you why. Because consciousness is at an all-time high with black people.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
That she alleges that she was attacked. Okay.
Love looking to throw it. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate.
Damn it!
Now he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
On 4th down, Love work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down. They needed 3, they got 6. Plenty enough for the conversion on 4th.
I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on, or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 2nd down. Love now. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smart behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
They'll get get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a give to Jacobs running right. Down to the 42, second down.
On this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain, but I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
It's only good for 2 years. It's a 2-year window from March the 1st of 2023 to
second down and 8.
March the 1st of 2023 to March the 1st of 2025.
To throw now. Here's Love. That's to the tight end, Musgrave. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 27-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down.
Harvey Weinstein is already convicted of. Harvey Weinstein, New York conviction.
Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
My position are they added that ball because they knew they were going to have
now Love. Throw caught by Musgrave. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
22 years old to allow women to go as far back as they want to bring men into court so they can get paid off civil cases.
They'll send Reed in motion left. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Big mistake, Puffy. When Puffy settled out of court in less than 24 hours, it made it appear that he had
throwing. Love.
And it made it appear
dancing to his left.
She accused him of was true.
And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. So give him the 1st down. 1st and goal after a pickup of 4, and the decision to go for it pays off.
Brandon, if you're not rooting for the defensive team, that was a fun play to watch. 4th down, all the throwing lanes are covered, and this guy says, let me do it myself, and shows off scrambling ability that you just can't teach.
He didn't do it in 24 hours. Unfortunately, found out later, Michael Jackson was never guilty of those white boys because one of the white boys came out and said he never touched them, that his parents put him up to them.
Here's Jacobs. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Now receiver in motion left. Dillon is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear him now. 3rd and goal.
Nobody can convince you otherwise. If the people who say if you do the crime, you should do the time, I agree, Art. But can I ask him a question?
Here's Love. Touchdown! Christian Watson from 4 yards out. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Joseph connects on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Jay-Z's business relationship. Jay-Z helps produce the halftime shows at the Super Bowl. Some people are saying, will Roger Goodell, commissioner
now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
Will he end Jay-Z's relationship with the NFL? First of all, we already know.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They canceled Jay-Z ahead of the Super Bowl. Now, could they have canceled him after the Super Bowl? Possibly.
Up the middle, here's Walker. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle.
Video footage that the police had on New England Patriots.
The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. And call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over first and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Here's 2nd and 3.
18 years with the Steelers, 16 to 18 years with the Steelers.
Love with a give to Dillon. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
She pressed charges. Her medical examiner found evidence of blood, forcible entry.
On 3rd down, here's Dillon.
And guess what?
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the second time.
They gave him a 4-game suspension for the second punt. So they don't have a history. They don't have a history of punishing white males when it comes to sex assault in the NFL. But if I want to go to the NBA,
so a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Accused of everything Puffy is accused of times 3. Vince McMahon is accused of
Here's second and
everything
7.
Sean Combs has been accused of times 3 art. He's accused of sexually trafficking children.
Smith.
He's not only accused of sexually
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Here we go on fourth. Smith.
Black people better stop jumping on a bandwagon or trying to desecrate our celebrities.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dab. It's been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
As the artist of the century or something like that. And
Catch made by Watson on the out route. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up first and goal. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they've shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. 72 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if he picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right, if it's college football, you want...
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
because number one,
A.J. Dillon, his second touchdown of the night. And the Packers are able to add on to that lead.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work with the hard and finish in the end zone.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
Now, maybe she got some 13-year-old pictures. Now, she got some 13-year-old middle school pictures.
Asker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown, so now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it, sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Now a quick slant as the throw's complete, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
That's not true. Because you don't see white men being charged of the same thing, being taken down. Yes, they can be guilty.
To the air again, Smith.
But there's still an agenda.
Throw out wide to Walker. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
At first, first, I thought it was a little premature.
Gino'd out a throw.
I kind of felt that Mr. Carter should have allowed his lawyers to respond.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
I think it was more than appropriate for Mr.
Now Gino
to respond himself. Think about it, Art.
He's got his target. That's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down.
He basically responded.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. They'll try for the first with Walker. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. A gain of 9 there, sets up 2nd and goal.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped. That can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. He'll wind up losing 10 there, a full 10 yards, so that one hurts. And it brings up 3rd and goal.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
We shouldn't be doing that to our women. And number 2, that's not the kind of legacy we want, and that's not the type of hope.
This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal.
How you feel about Diddy Bell being denied for a 3rd time?
Here's Smith.
That's ridiculous. Huffy
buying time to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Geno Smith. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Seahawks get a bit closer.
And this McMahon case is only one state.
That's tough when they're defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down. And it's 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
They are sending a loud message to black celebrities. You are not above the law. You have no more power than any other black person. You will do what we say, and if you don't, we will destroy you. This show by destroying our black buildings. How much power the black celebrities.
And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. It's still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Donald Trump didn't put a single black person on his presidential cabinet. We're not crashing out for that. The stuff that matters, black people are
They run once more with Dillon. 41 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Good gain there on first down. That keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. On now is the Packers punter, standing just outside his own goal line. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. But the ball now going back over to Seattle Seahawks offense. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to
climb. You ain't see the bees, babe. I'm sorry, babe. It's the right chip. I ain't know. BW, you heard? Oh, you see them bees, huh? Yeah, you know I'm labeled a heathen. You know. I've been in, yeah. I don't get tired, but love you.
I'm out of, especially at this late stage of the contest.
Yeah, but if you're a Christian, your Bible says you're supposed to love God, your neighbor as yourself,
and that's off the mark, incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure.
He's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 39 yards there, a big one.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the 4th is not going to be an easy task. But that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
Unbelievable. Motors way down to the 16-yard line. Add this game to the last one, and they move the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. Defensively, with this lead in the 4th quarter, I guess you can allow a run of that magnitude.
You're right about that, but really the focus has got to be don't fall in love with the idea that you're...
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Man, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
They'll begin. He's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Once again, it's Jacobs. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. 102 yards on the ground here for Jacobs, so this is a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, They've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Young money by way of management. All right, so now for people that think, oh, Kevin Gates just came out of nowhere, now that you've been working, you know, on music for a long time. All right, now Lil Wayne basically.
Dylan now on 1st and 10. Down to the 42, second down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick.
All right, Drika is, in my opinion, Drika was more like his handler. All right, she told him about a lot of the spiritual practices in which he needed to succeed. Now, I'm going to show y'all this clip, right? And it's pretty lengthy, but I did not know that this is how.
On second down, another run for Dylan. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. It looks like he'll throw here. He finds his man complete. It's Reed. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards for number 11.
That's beautiful. So is she involved also in the... So Kevin just premiered a new video.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Oh, really? That was me. So I get the song in the email. I'm like, damn, like this is a hot-ass song. And it's all him. There's no writers like
that. Now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Little insult to injury here late in the game. He connected on his first. This from 41. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle. Go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
Those things sound kind of horrific in nature also.
That's big facts. That's why me and my mother do not get along when it comes to
I feel like it's all about presentation. See, we're not conditionally spiritual.
Yeah. I would say
spiritual.
So tell us about it. So
that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gault. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Seattle.
This boss in the city. I'm not in the city. But anyway, I'm going to this brothel, dealing with these women, and it's like innocent in nature. Seemingly.
Feels like
so seemingly, like men, they go and deal with these women and think, I'm just going to give her some money and she's going to give me some good, hot, lovely relations.
Right.
You know, and it's just over with, but it's not. Because of the soul tie that you develop with this person.
Soul tie?
You know, the soul tie.
Really?
That soul tie sounds like...
Soul?
I really like trying to know something. Because I know that I'm from Jamaica, so voodoo, we call it Obi. Right? And like... It's kind of the same.
They got voodoo, they got hoodoo, and over there it's different.
I was looking up I heard about Voodoo, I was looking up some information.
Voodoo is voodoo.
Right, but they said that they took like elements of Christianity to put into it. Is how they put it.
They had to make the colonizers feel.
You're watching a toothbrush play Billie Eilish. But did you...
It's comfortable. Okay. But we always was powerful people. Always.
Yeah, remember last time you said, when we was talking about just Louisiana and like indigenous people and all of that, like that really went viral by itself, just that conversation you was having.
Well, I never spoke about this, but like, should I say?
Go ahead, man.
A lot of people identify with Africa and things of that nature. That's cool. But my grandfather hunted these lands in Native America, and my children are going to hunt these lands. And I identify more with the indigenous people of America than I do with my roots from Africa.
prompted the treatment? Like,
I mean, just listening to the song, like he's talking about somebody putting a woo on him, and so it automatically brought me back to New Orleans.